Andreas Georgiou for MMA Plus backstage ACB 70. It's been a long time, Alex, and tonight you finally returned to the cage after what seemed like a lifetime. Kane Mousah, though, he brought it to you, and arguably Kane's best ever performance, and he got the judge's decision tonight.
By a mile, his best ever performance. By a mile, his best. You ask him, that's his best performance. You ask anyone about me, that's one of my worst. And it was close. It is what it is.
Why was it your worst performance, sir?
I just think that when I left a lot in the changing rooms, I did a lot of work in the changing room, felt really fucking ridiculously sharp. My feet were moving fast. If you want to see, Michael's got some of the footage. I looked way better in the changing room than I did there. And I just got in there and I fell flat. Again, I don't want to be on camera making excuses, but it could be the occasion. It could be that I was trying to hit him with that one shot, caught him, and I was thinking, I'm going to knock him out. And I got greedy. I did it against Rafael Diaz, and he punched us and hit us with 3 of the hardest shots I think anyone's been hit with and stayed standing. I've proved I've got a chin on us. Not something I would ever want anyone who I coach to do. But I'm holding my head up high, I'm a competitor. Yeah, you win or you lose. But you have to play the game. I'm one of a 1 in 99, 1 in 100, 99%. People won't do what I do. I walked the walk. I took the first fight I got offered coming back. I think I only got fully cleared in June. We'd agreed this fight July, August. Let's play.
Do you think, though, honestly, to have that layoff and then to come back and face a guy like Kane Mousah, was it the right decision or not?
It's a decision I made. Would I have fought a lesser opponent? Would I have picked an easy fight or asked for them to fly someone in from some European country which MMA is illegal? Where the guy's only being the guy who goes to shows and gets beaten up? No, I wouldn't have. If I ever take an easy fight, you look at my run to the Cage Warriors belt. I fought Romanowski, who's 7-1 with 6 knockouts in a row. I then fought Danny Lawson, who was 8-2 at the time. I then fought Artem Lobov, who'd only been stopped once and had knocked a lot of prospects out. I then fought Narimani for the belt. I then couldn't get a fight. I had to wait 9-10 months. I fought Phil Rayburn for peanuts in his backyard. I then fought a 3-time third-degree BJJ black belt, who's like a Marius Berry black belt. Schooled him and didn't win on that. Paulo Ball was the first name I got offered. Fought him at the time. He was 11-1. Fought him in my backyard in front of all my students. A lot of pressure there. Didn't falter. Then got signed to the UFC on a few weeks' notice. Was ready to make weight. Got pulled. Had the worst year of my life, and I'm fortunate to be here today fighting. A lot of people, even with what they went through, it could have been so. My gym's so busy. We have so many students. I've realised that having an MMA gym isn't about coaching fighters. It's about making the weak strong. I have so many people from children to men in their 50s coming to train for fun and enjoying martial arts. It would have been easy for me to say, I don't have to fight. I can live off I got signed by the UFC, I was good enough. And I am. That me today probably wouldn't have beat someone in the UFC. And I know that. I'm going to say that now. Maybe some lower-end guys, I think, Kane brought it. But that's not the performance I need to put in to beat the guys who I'm capable of beating. What else can I say?
Yeah. How do you reassess and change that then?
I just speak to Carl. I see it is what it is. I'll never play to lose. I'm really, really frustrated. To lose like that when I thought I got robbed. Maybe a consolidation is we get fight of the night. Because I think we swung at it. It's $10,000 for fighting the night. Do you know what I mean? I could do that, maybe have a holiday. But I'll be back in the gym. Stapes has got a big fight in Cage Warriors October 28th. I guarantee not many people have that fight and go and help the training partners, and I will. When I was going through my worst time, I was in the gym, I was doing rounds with people, then I was grabbing pads, I was holding pads, doing everything for my team. And there is no team like SPG and SPG Manchester in the world. And we all look after each other. I'm a little bit disappointed that I let them down. There was a lot of pressure on me coming into the fight, people telling me I've got this. And I try to tell everyone, it's not that simple. You're in a fight. It's never 50-50, and I think I was a heavy favourite. I think the best me wins that fight every time. Tonight, the best me wasn't in there, and I maybe deserve not to win. Okay? What else? Yeah. It is, the score takes care of itself. If my performance wasn't good enough, I can reassess. I need to work on that.
We've spoken a lot over the past year. And I think the biggest story at play here is not the fact that you lost tonight, but the fact that you had the opportunity to come back tonight and step into that cage. And I know how much that means to you, and I know how much that means to the people around you. Does that just genuinely show that it's more than just about fighting when it comes to mixed martial arts?
It is, yes, 100%. I think the world's full of fighters. I think being a martial artist, I'm a martial artist and a competitor. I'm an athlete. Like, you look at me, I never turn up not in shape. I work hard. Now, this doesn't come natural to me. I was never a tough guy in school. Do you know, like, I was quiet, shy. No, I wasn't even the smartest. Do you know, like, I was bang average at everything. I work fucking hard to be as athletic as I am. I work hard to be as good as I am. Fighting's not naturally in me, but I fucking love it. I love competition. I love training. I love being part of a team. I love helping others. At times, I have thought in my career that being too altruistic maybe held me back. You see some guys like, and they'll help people, but they're selfish. You know, like the guys at the elite level, it's all about them. I think I have the skills to be elite level without that, but I wouldn't change who I am. I wouldn't change tonight. Well, I would, but I can't change tonight, and I'm not going to whinge about it ever. Maybe whinge about not getting paid the rest of my money, but...
Will you be back this year? Can you realistically see Alex Enlund fighting again?
We'll see. Do you know, like, if someone rang me and said, do you want to fight? I enjoyed that. Do you know, like, more than I should have. You see Kane fight Lewis Monarch, right? And he just won it. I think if you ask him about the performance, he's not proud of himself in that fight, but he did what he had to do to win. I enjoyed tonight way too much than doing what I had to do to win. He gauged, for me being the taller fight, he stands a fucking mile away. Kind of Clay Guida's. If you listen to Joe Rogan podcast, Cody Garbrandt talked about something smart. If you want the judges to, when nothing's happening, and there was times when Kane was too far, he was going too far away from me for anything that happened, make sure the eyes are on you. Maybe Kane did that night. Do you know, like, you hear that when that gets out. And it makes sense. Clay Guida made a career out of it, you know, like that, moving. There was times where I was walking him down, and maybe it looked like I was doing nothing but trying to get closer to him, and he was moving and throwing these kicks, and there was time I didn't score at those times, and he was scoring. Do you know, like, ring craft and class isn't a scoring criteria. I think, give me 5 rounds in that fight, it's a different fight. Like, I could have kept going all night there. Yeah, I was just getting my second wind. What do you want to do? If you haven't listened to the podcast where I speak to Andres, I went pretty honest on it about the whole situation. You should listen to it. Cried a little bit. Well, yeah, I got a little bit emotional, but it's the truth. And I doubt you can pick another man in UKMA who will tell the honest truth. Some people don't like me for that. Like, if I watched me fight tonight, I would be scalding me. Like, I've scalded my fighters straight after the cage after they've won. Like, look, that wasn't smart. That wasn't good. You are better than that. You made this wrong. You did that wrong. I'm going to bully myself and pick on myself so much when I see this back until they give me that $10,000 and I can go on holiday with Melissa.
I think I know that you're very hard on yourself, but I think circumstances dictate tonight. It's
no, they don't. I chose to do this. Like, you can look at my Martin McDonough fight, and you can say, "Oh, you only lost that because of the weight class." He might, because of the weight cut. He might even think that, right? But you'll never, ever, ever see me try and take that away from him for that. You can say circumstances led to this, but I still got in there. I didn't have to do this. So if I want to blame circumstances, I shouldn't have done it. Like, the judges said I lost tonight. That's it.
Well, Alex, you know, it's a pleasure to see you back in the cage after everything that's happened. It's a pleasure to talk to you again. And I know...
say a few more things, actually.
Of course you can.
Like during the hardest times, and he's going to take this hard. Carl was, like, with us the whole time. And, like, no matter what was going through that was bad, he spotted us. He spotted us tonight, and he's going to be devastated by tonight. Do you know, like, and he shouldn't be. I've never met somebody who's made us feel as important My business wouldn't be my business if it wasn't for Carl. He's set me up for life and sorted me out. He's a role model to us, and it's hard. I'm more disappointed for him than I am for myself. Like, I can go out there and I can lose. You know, like, I've lost before. Like, lose like that's hard, but I'm more disappointed for him because he put so much effort into me. He's helped me so much, and I feel like I've let him down. And look, he's the best coach in the world because he's not just my MMA coach. He's my life coach. He's my role model. You know, like, if when I'm in my like 40s and 50s, I'm anything like half the man Carl Tanswell is, I'll be successful. So, like, he's incredible. And I think that has to be said. And I don't think he gets enough credit, not just for people's fighting ability, but for what he does for them in life.
Alex, don't be too hard on yourself, please.
No.
It was great to see you back tonight, and it's a pleasure to talk to you as always. Thank you so much for your time, man.
Thank you.